Welcome back to Wee Willie Wonderfuls, and we're going to be showing you next how to add eyes to your bunny. Now this is something that a lot of people do struggle with, and it's worth persevering because they do, like, the ears give your bunny its character. I quite often when I'm doing eyes have to redo. One of them doesn't look right, so I have to redo one or both of them, and it's worth putting in that extra effort because it does really make a big difference to your finished bunny. So let's get started. So we're going to use our black yarn that comes with a kit, or if you bought the pattern, then it will be a strand of double knit, or you could use embroidery thread. It's quite flexible, whatever you want to use for your bunny. Cut a nice long strand because you always end up needing more than you expect. So I've done that quite long. There's nothing worse than being in the middle of your eyes and running out. So make it a nice long strand. All right. So we're going to thread that. We're going to add a double knot to the end. I'm going to show you how to attach that without it being visible. I'm going to cut off the little bit there because what we don't want is the black wool to be seen through the stitches of the bunny. So our pattern says to bring our wool out about 5 rows up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So roughly here, about on this row. I'm going to put pins in just to give us an idea where we're putting them, because it also says to put them around 5 stitches apart. So if I put them roughly on that row, oh, there, isn't it? That's the base of the eye. And I'll put the other one. We want it level. It's important that your eyes are level and that they're nicely distributed. If they're too far to one side or another, they're just known to look a little bit off. But so don't worry, I think everybody has to pull them out and start again. So don't worry if you do. So they look quite level. Now I want them to be a few rows apart. 3 to 4 stitches apart. So let's see what we've got here. 1, 2, 3. It's about 3 stitches apart. Do they look even? Look quite level, don't they? So they look level there. Look at that. I think I quite like her like that. Look at that, with hearts for eyes. I'm trying to be all sensible doing these videos, but I do like getting a bit silly now and again. Let's have a look, see what that is. 2, 3. I think we need another bunny with hearts for eyes. Look at that. So let's go with that. If they're not right, we can just take them out. So we're going to insert our needle. Now we're going to go in quite a way away, and we're going to go in between, like so. I'll zoom in a little bit just to make it easier to see. I'm going to go in the middle. Now do not go right up near the surface like this, because you will see your black strand. Go deep into Bunny's head and come out where we want the base of the eye to be, which is here near the pin. Pull that through. Now what we're going to do is, because there's a hole there, the knot should go through the hole and pull inside. So now the knot is inside and we can't see it anywhere, which is what we want. Now it says to do the stitch about 2 stitches high. So what we mean by that is a stitch is one of these V's, so 1, 2. So we're going to go up, so about here I'd say. And what we want is a nice V shape. So I'm going to go in here and then I'm going to come out around here. So I'm going in there, coming out here, so we've got a V shape. Again, sink in and pull right up, because if your black thread is right beneath the surface, you will see it slightly and you'll see a black line. So we're going to try that and see how it looks. And then what we're going to do is take our pin out and go in here and then come out where our next one's going to be. Again, going quite deep. What we're going to do before we do our second eye is make sure that we're happy with how that one looks, because before we do the second one, we want to make sure the first one is as we want it. So that's quite a cute little V. They're quite small little eyes. I think we might do them a little bit bigger, and we'll show you how to pull that out. So I've took my needle off the strand and I'm going to use the blunt end, and I'm just going to go up the second stitch we did, pull it back. And then I'm going to do the same again and pull it back. So I think we need to be aiming a little bit higher, maybe up there. So I'll put a pin where I think I want to be aiming, because otherwise once we pull this out we'll lose track of where we did the last one. I'm going to end up doing it the same again. So I'm going for a little bit bigger. Obviously feel free to do the eyes how you like them. So that's my marker there. So I'm pull it out a little bit so I can get my needle in. So we're going to try it there, going down and then up here. What we're looking for is for this to be a similar distance to that. So we've got about about a stitch, 2 halves of a stitch. So from here we want 2 halves of a stitch, because they even, if they look even, they look better. So 1, 2. So I think that's about even. So let's try it. And we have gone not quite deep enough, look. So what I can do is put my needle under, push that down, and what I'm doing is using my needle to scoop a bit of stuffing over the top. So it's good to show you what to do if it goes wrong. So pushing that down, and I'm just going to try and push it so a bit of stuffing goes over the top. That didn't work very well. Look at that, it's still showing. So I'm pushing the black bit, the black wool down, putting the stuffing over it. That's a bit better. So now I'm going to go back in to meet it here. So we've got a nice V shape, and then I'm coming out where that is. So to make it easier, just lift your pin up a little bit. Don't forget we're diving quite far into the stuffing of the bunny. We're coming out there, so we'll see how that looks, and we'll see if we're happy with it. So are we happy with that eye? Oh, that looks a bit cute. Yeah, that looks nice. I think I'm quite happy with the positioning. So we should be about level at the bottom. Let's double check. So we're going to go similar again. So we're going at 1, 2, 1, 2. So good 2 stitches, and then we're a stitch and a half apart, aren't we? So 2 went up a little bit high last time, didn't we? So 1 half and another half. And it's about a stitch apart to be the same as the other one. And does that look about even with that? Maybe a touch higher. Let's have a look. I want it to be even with the top of the other stitch, and then we're coming out. Take that out now. We're finished with that. So about 1, 2 stitches, so about there. It's all just about trying to get them as even as possible. So don't worry, we can take it out if it's not right. I think I'm way too far over there. Look, first line looks okay though. So what I'm going to do is go back down where I come out. I could just pull it out like we did earlier and come out here. So I want to be a bit nearer. That was a bit too far out. And that's going to be like that. Ah, it needs to be a touch higher, look. You see how we have to mess about with it. So we'll go back in where we came out. I'll just go above that bar there because that's a touch higher. Does that look? Oh, that looks a lot more even. So we're going to go back down here, right the way through, and then I'm going to come out somewhere else between stitches again. Now that looks pretty near, but don't forget you can just unthread your needle and pull it out with the back of the needle and redo it. Yes, ah, they're great. I'm happy with those now. So I'm going to go back in, back out. I'm going back in the same hole because we don't want a little black stitch on her, unless we're giving her an interesting freckle. So I'm going to do a couple like that, and then what I'm going to do is snip it as usual. Oh, I can't wait to see what she looks like. Look at her. She's brilliant. Look at those. So that's what I'm happy with. I'm looking at it and it's aesthetically pleasing to me. I think, oh, that looks nice. If you're not happy, just do it again. There's the eyes a little bit closer, and let's see how she looks from a distance. Hello, Betsy. You started as Arthur, and look at you now with that pink bow. That's beautiful. I think she's absolutely lovely. So your bunny is finished. If you want to personalise it, quite a good way to do it is to thread another thread and embroider some initials on. feel free to alter them. And we love seeing these finished bunnies, so please go on Instagram and tag us at Wee Willie Wonderfuls. And don't forget to follow us as well. And also join our Facebook group, which is just great fun. It's just full of lots of people who love crochet, who like making things, mainly Wee Willie Wonderfuls, but you're free to, you know, if you're making something different, to show us, ask questions, if you need a bit of help and you're stuck. And it's lovely to see people making things in different colours, and adding things just to see how they do it, to make it personal to them and add their creativity to it. So join us there. If you type into your browser bit full stop ly / capital www, that's short for Wee Willie Wonderfuls, capital G for the word group, so capital G ROUP, and just type that into your browser and it'll take you into the group. Just go to the top of the page and there'll be join, so request to join, and request to join us, and then you can join in the fun. It's just a bit of fun. And we've got Julie in our group who posts every single day with what adventures or animals are up to, and it's just a bit of fun. It's a lovely, friendly group, so do join us. If you're looking for your next make, knitting, and you think, oh, I've just learned, I want something that's not too taxing, that's going to be easy to do, I'd probably recommend our elephant, because that's very similar with the body and the arms, just a different head and ears. Or a teddy the bear. These are in progress at the moment, so they're not quite out. It's 2022 now, so hopefully within a few weeks or months they'll be available too. So keep making things, keep knitting, and just have fun with it. That's the main thing. Thanks for joining us. We will in the next video show you a different version of eyes. So if you want to see something different, they're more open eyes with eyelashes, I'll show you. Like these. So we're going to be showing you this in the next video if you do want to carry on and do another one with us. Thanks for joining us.